Don't forget to go to ashkicking.com for pound the best home health and beauty fragrance products.
Hi, I'm Bobby Dean, and you're watching Dante's
Boxing Nation.
Boxing Nation.
Reference to the interview.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, once again, I'll take another call in about 1 minute. I'll try to make it 1 minute. You know how that go. But here, let me go ahead and see. Was there anyone else? Okay. And shout out to my man joining that Super Army chat. I appreciate all you guys showing love, donating. You know, this is my full-time hustle, man. So I appreciate y'all, you know, keeping these wheels rolling, man. The king. He didn't say anything, but he just showed love, donating to your boy DBN. Shout out to my man Julio L. What did he say? He said Loma should have, what is it? Loma should have clear the 130 like he wanted to. Dumb, what is it? What's that? Dumb move. Okay, it is dumb. He put a D. I guess he meant to put a B. But dumb move of him, 135, he will lose killers like Linares or Garcia. Seems like looking for that Garcia money. Yeah, that's a whole lot right there, Julio. I don't know. Let's start with you, Kirk. We ain't heard from you in a while. Let's switch it up real quick, and if y'all want to jump back to Wilder, we can. We'll take another call right after touch on this real quick. But since my man Julio just talked about Loma moving up to 135, Kirk, what's your thoughts on that fight, Loma versus Linares? I got to be honest. I think that might be an easy fight for Loma. Actually, I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, Kirk?
I agree. Linares, he's very talented. He has, you know, an assortment of skills.
But he gets knocked out a lot.
Right, yeah. He's a very flashy puncher, and he's very fast. And with it, you know, he gets a lot of props from the HBO commentary team, you know, due to his ability to throw punches like that. But I don't think he's on the same skill level as Lomachenko, and I think that's an easy fight for him too. I think he'll get cut within the first 3 or 4 rounds, and it'll be all downhill from there.
Yeah,
I think that I know we've had discussions in the group chat about Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia. I think that is the fight to make at 135. I know many think that that will be an easy fight for Lomachenko, but I do think Mikey Garcia can pose some problems for Lomachenko.
Yeah,
so that's the fight for me.
Yeah, Mikey. I got to be honest. You know, before the Lipinets, before the Lipinets fight, I thought that maybe Loma would actually have an edge over Mikey. After watching that Lipinets fight, just looking at the accuracy, you know, the power of Mikey Garcia, it's another one of those cheat codes type situations. I mean, I won't say it's equivalent. You know, I won't equate it entirely to Deontay Wilder's right hand, but you know, the fact that Loma has to move up, you know, and he is fighting a bigger guy, he can, you know, he has to make less mistakes. He you know, he can't make as many mistakes as Mikey can make, and Loma is not known for his power. So, matter of fact, Robert,
I had to.
Let me just say this real quick. Let me just say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Robert Garcia he told me as well in a recent interview that I did with him that he talked to insiders inside of Lomachenko's team, and they told him off record that they don't want that smoke with Mikey Garcia. I mean, I don't know how true that is, but this is what Robert Garcia said. But go ahead, B, and then we'll take another call. Go ahead, B.
I had the total opposite feeling after I watched Mikey Lipinets, because I saw shots that Lipinets was landing without the athletic ability and the skill set of Loma. That he consistently landed on Mikey Garcia, that I feel like, you know, Lomachenko and his team had to be watching that and saying, listen, I don't think they have the power as Lipinets has, but they have the speed and the skill set. And some of those shots that he would land in, I think that Loma could land those often. And I think that Mikey will have a hard time countering Lomachenko after Lomachenko lands those shots. And I think that Lomachenko will win easily on points. I was telling Kirk this in the group, and
you know what?
I had the total opposite effect.
And I'm not a prideful person. I just want to say I totally agree with you. And I still, I mean, I've always seen Loma as the more skilled fighter. I've always seen him as the more skilled fighter. Yeah. And one thing I did notice, and I'm gonna let you talk, Kirk, but one thing I did notice in the Sergey Lipinets fight is Sergey, he made a dumb mistake, which is standing mid-range right in front of Mikey Garcia's right hand all night like a sitting duck.
There you have it.
When he closed the gap, Mikey Garcia, was a little bit more uncomfortable when he closed the gap because he was in that Orlando Salido range. And I don't know why, once he got in that range, he would back up and then get caught with flush right hands over and over again. You know what I mean? So, I mean, because a lot of fighters, especially rangy fighters, they're not comfortable on the inside. So I don't understand. So you would think Sergey Lipinets would understand that concept and take advantage of it. It's just like when, was it Denis Shafikov, when he fought against the Olympian? Was it Herring? Jamel Herring? I think it was Shafikov versus Jamel Herring when he beat him. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I know Shafikov, he went against one of the Olympians, if it wasn't Herring, and he gave him his first loss. And, Shafikov was a shorter fighter, and he understood that. So he stayed on the inside, and he walked down the undefeated fighter. So, yeah. So anyway, Kirk, was you going to say something about that?
I was going to say with Mikey, when you watch him fight, he looks very basic, but he's very consistent. He's very
accurate. And accurate, yeah.
Smart. He has great accuracy, great timing. He has a smart series of trainers with his brother and his father. And Mikey Garcia is a smart fighter himself who knows how to make adjustments. I just think that anytime, Orlando Salido, he's awkward. He's obviously a different style from Mikey Garcia, but he was able to find a way to, beat Lomachenko and make him uncomfortable. And Lomachenko's not a perfect fighter by any stretch. He's a great fighter, great talent, but, just look at his matchups. When's the last time you actually fought someone who was active?
Yeah. And my thing with that, Kirk, is like we see Mikey as being very accurate, but we got to pay attention to the opponents that he's fighting. He's not fighting a bunch of slick fighters, so a lot of times, like Dante just said, when he was hitting Lipinets was there to be hit. Yeah. Salido was there to be hit. Broner even was there to be hit. But when he fights somebody that's with a lot of movement, he keeps if you watch him, a lot of times he'll keep the gun in a holster until he sees a shot that he feels comfortable in throwing. And if Loma's giving him a lot of angles and doing a lot of moving like he does, he's going to keep the gun in the holster. He's going to be gun shy for a while. And before you know it, he could be down on a lot of points and forcing him to do something he's not used to doing.
That's a fair point. That's the same token with Lomachenko. As I mentioned, when's the last time you fought someone that was actually active? He wasn't coming off a layoff.
You got a point there. What? You got me there.
Hey. I'm not trying to discredit his resume. I'm just saying, Nicholas Walters, over a year in activity. Rigondeaux, long in activity. Any top guy you mentioned, or these opponents in general, have either been guys coming off of long stretches of inactivity, or they're not even top guys. So I just want to see him fight someone that's his size and that's actually an elite fighter and not going through inactivity. But I just want to see the best fight the best.
Okay, and let me.
You got a point. You got me there.
Yeah, good stuff. But once again, let me say this. I want to reiterate what I started from the very beginning. I always thought that Lomachenko is a better fighter skill wise. I think he's much more skilled than Mikey Garcia. Like I said, the only thing that I see Loma, or I question him dealing with in this fight, is him moving up in weight, and can he deal with the power? Will it be a Wilder versus Gerald Washington situation? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know what I mean? Where Gerald Washington was winning every round and then got caught with one right hand. That's what I wonder. I just wonder how Lomachenko is going to react and respond. Just like Kirk said, we're not used to seeing him fight against guys his size. But at the same time, we really don't know yet what Lomachenko's natural size is yet. I don't know yet, So we'll see how he rehydrates, and then we'll kind of, get an idea to see Is he a natural junior welterweight? Is he a natural lightweight? You know, we're gonna find out when he gets in there with Linares. You know, we'll definitely see. But I just, once again, I remember, I'll never forget this, because to me it makes a lot of sense when you think about him saying this, regardless of the outcome of what he did to Nicholas Walters. I remember a year before that fight happened, when Loma was a division below Walters, he said, I don't know if I want to fight that guy because he comes in heavy. Like, you know, because that was around the time where I think Nicholas Walters, he didn't make weight. And I remember Lomachenko said, I don't know if I want to fight that guy because by fight night, he might be like, you know, 15 pounds bigger than me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And this is the reason why size makes a difference. So moving up in these weight classes, it changes all the intangibles, you know, because you're not just going off of skill. And like my man quoted Floyd Mayweather, you know, you have to make zero mistakes in there. And that's why Floyd was able to do things like that. Fight guys 20 pounds bigger than him and 15 years younger than him. Only he can do stuff like that, or very special fighters, because Floyd is not going to make that one or two mistakes that the average fighter is prone to make. So let's take another call, guys. Let's take another call. So much for taking a call in a minute. But anyway, 510. We got 510. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man? What's going on, y'all? Brooklyn, New York. It's going down. We out here for the Wilder versus Ortiz fight. It should be a great fight. Once again, I'm loving it out here in Brooklyn, New York, from Las Vegas, Long Beach to Brooklyn. This is how we do it. On to the next one, y'all.